Hello everyone, welcome to Fiaura. As you might have guessed, we're reviewing the ERC-90 F4 today. So, how are we going to review this tank? We don't exactly have any other Tier 5 tank destroyers to compare it to. Well now, we do have several other Tier 5 tanks to compare it to, as well as its predecessor, the LAV-300, which is where we're going to start. Comparing these to the LAV-300, well, first off, I have to go get the ERC-90's heat shell, because the LAV-300 says heat. And the ERC-90 does have a heat. So, shell, damage, and pen-wise, ERC-90's is definitely an upgrade. And damage per minute, it's definitely an upgrade. So there's that. Then, let's see what else we're looking at upgrading. So, our overall top speed is decreased, and our acceleration remains the same. The vehicle is rather quick. It is also wheeled, which means that its ground resistance is kind of low. Armor-wise, your armor actually kind of got a little bit of a downgrade because you're just using regular steel instead of the Cadloy steel composite. So it's slightly thicker actual armor, but its composition blows in comparison. So don't expect, then again, it's a wheel tank destroyer. Don't expect it to stop any shells. Camouflage wise, your camouflage rating got worse. Significantly so. By 3%. Vision wise, they're about the same. This is with my commander and my optics upgrade, so I'm gonna... Oh, 20 meters. Huh, they changed that. And she still gives 10%, so... let's see here. I've upgraded it by 60, so optics-wise, they're almost exactly the same. The LAV-300 gets 1.7 more meters of view range once I knock this down a peg. Gun depression is where this stops being the same vehicle. The ERC-90 has gun depression to spare. 12 degrees off the front and forward sides, 8 degrees off the rear and rear sides, versus 4 and 5. Also has a faster rotating turret. Same reload time, same accuracy. Takes a little longer to aim this one because it has a much longer barrel and does a lot more damage. So that kind of makes up for those improvements. Now, let's compare it in the vision game to the BMP-2, the one who usually wins the vision game here. Yeah, it's barely winning the vision game, but it's winning it. However, in a flat-out DPM race, the ERC-90 is going to lose, but in a sniping race, the ERC-90 is definitely going to win. So remember, distance is your friend in this tank. It's not that you have a long reload, you have a long aim time. The further away you are from the enemy, the less likely you are to be hit, and the more likely you are to actually hit them because your gun is fairly accurate. Speed-wise, you are quicker. You're not as fast to accelerate, but by God, can you just outrun him if you have to. Compared to the Fox in the vision game. Again, you're losing the vision game here. You're also losing the speed race with the Fox. If a Fox is chasing you, load heat shells and hope you kill him first. You will get off 2 shots, however, to his 1 clip, which could kill him, actually. Because your heat shell, as we just saw, is just over 400 average. Actually, I want to make sure of that, but I'm pretty sure it's close to 300 and something to 400. 2 heat shells to an enemy Fox might just do it for you. Yeah, 387. 2 heat shells. 2 heat shells on an average damage roll is going to be 1 hit point short of killing a Fox. 1. So all you need is that 1 high roll and you've got him. There you go. However, armor, again, it's crappy armor. However, we're now going to compare this to the Belgillette Panzer. You're going to lose against the Belgillette Panzer in a flat-out brawl. Going to go ahead and tell you. It has better armor, more hit points slightly, definitely a higher DPM, and its gun will just punch you all day long. Plus, it has the capability with a single clip to clip you out, which means you'll get 2 shots off and you're dead. Don't get in flat-out brawls with this tank. Don't do it. Don't do it. Vision gain, you're losing. So if this teaches you anything, you went from the LAV 300, which was middle of the road vision game, to unless you're trying to outspot main battle tanks, you're losing the vision game. You need a spotter, or you need to compensate for the fact that you're going to be outspotted by light tanks and AFVs of the same tier. So there you go. Lastly, let's look at what it's going to have to punch. This is by far the most heavily overall armored of the tier 5 main battle tanks. And fully upgraded with this Sabo round, you have a penetration of 229. It has a hull armor of 193 plus angle and a turret armor of 193 plus angle. You better learn those weak points. I'm going to show you the M60A3's weak points now, because you got to know them or you're going to be in trouble. M60A3. You see these 2 hooks right here on the front of the tank. You want to shoot into the outside of those. This commander's hatch is a weak point, but not here on this machine gun. You need to shoot beside that or into one of these vision slits. Not this vision slit up top, into one of these vision slits. This vision slit is a weak point, but not a full damage one. This is full damage. Those are your weak points. There's one more. If you can get a shell above the driver's hatch here and get into here, this is a shell trap. If you can get a shell into there, you can penetrate, but you definitely want to prefer to shoot the commander's hatch or shoot outside of these 2 spokes or get a side shot. Oh, one other thing that you will have fun knowing, and this is for everyone on all these patent style tanks. You see this engine housing back here? It has no armor. Literally almost nothing. A freaking PT-76 heat shell will penetrate the side of this engine housing. So if you have a shot at this engine housing, you freaking take it. Doesn't matter if you're above, beside, wherever. Shoot this engine housing, you'll damage it all day, and you'll also possibly set him on fire or blow his engine out. Vision game-wise against MBTs, you are going to beat them. And you even have superior gun depression to the American MBT, which is saying something. However, you do have one of the longest aim times, as you can see. Even the M60A3 aims faster than you and actually has a better accuracy. Be careful. So, that is what I have to say about the That is the overall stats of the ERC-90 in comparison to its Tier 5 counterparts. I am now going to take you on a trip down history lane. I suppose it would be appropriate to go look up where this vehicle has served, who it's served under, and if it has any nicknames or associations. So, ERC-90 is a French 6-wheeled all-terrain vehicle. It is highly mobile, and when they install it in the game, it will be amphibious, because in real life it is amphibious. It has been on peacekeeping missions in Lebanon, Bosnia, Kosovo, lots of places in the Balkans. Basically, it's been in the Balkans. If you really must know, is where it's the only place it's really fought. Jacket, get out of the way. It was produced until, I think for a while. Yeah, it was produced until 1981, and it is served in. It actually is currently being operated by Argentina, Chad, Ecuador, France, Gabon, Mexico, and Nigeria. Basically, a lot of French former colonies operate this vehicle, and it is not a bad tank necessarily. The F4 version is upgraded with the elongated gun. unlike the standard version that actually has a short barrel 90 similar to what's on the LAV 300. So yeah, this is the long barrel version with the F4. And it's just been continuously updated as things have gotten along. So that is our historical analysis, our comparison review. What do I recommend for your retrofitting on this tank? And how do I recommend you equip its crew and everything else? So for a start, you get an armor, a firepower, and one universal. Your armor, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, just flat out take the Eternal Hull Reinforcement. It'll be the most useful. Your firepower. See, this is where I'm kind of torn. Because the ERC-90 has okay penetration. It's not amazing. The 229 is nothing to laugh at, necessarily. But when we compare it to, say, the Leopard 185, 300 and some change. So you may want to consider advanced MRS for your Sabo rounds to have better penetration factors. However, something else to consider for this tank, I believe, is going to be the magnetic actuator to reduce your aim time, or the gyroscopic stabilizers to not only reduce your aim time, but increase your reload time. I mean, make it reload quicker. So, gyroscopic or magnetic actuator, or if you're having trouble getting pins, go with the MRS and get the extra 2 to 3 degrees of normalization for your round. Your universal slot, I highly recommend augmented optics. Get that extra 20 to 30 meters of view range and hopefully help you win some of the vision gaming. Or go with another firepower and get so you have the magnetic and the gyro, and therefore have a significantly reduced aim time, a quicker reload, and a little bit more damage if you're looking for pure DPM. Consumables, standard. Nothing special here. This is not an artillery piece. This is something that's probably going to be fighting closer to the front line. You definitely want your regular consumables. Ammunition loadout. And this is a part where a lot of people might argue with me or not. This is one of the few tanks I recommend you carry an equal number, heard me right, equal number of heat and Sabo. Carry like 2 high explosive and then carry an equal number of heat and Sabo. And the reason I personally recommend this is because you're going to constantly find yourself fighting AFVs, light tanks, and other tank destroyers, more so than you'll probably find yourself fighting MBTs. And having those heat rounds to do the extra damage is the difference in life and death. So flat out, equal round. This is almost just about the only tank I recommend this with, particularly since I played all of them in early access. Equal rounds for Sabo and heat. Don't mix and match it. Just take same number of Sabo as you take heat. So there you go. Crew skills, same thing you get on all tank destroyers. Smooth ride so you don't have as big an aim circle when you're moving. Quick draw to reduce that aim time. And then once you get the ability to, go with rapid fire, make yourself fire even faster, and get off-road driving because these wheeled vehicles are so difficult to get up to speed off-road. Remember that. Take off-road driving. It'll save your life. And again, I recommend Sabrina for the extra camouflage, the quicker aim speed, and the extra vision range. Plus, it's a tank destroyer. You really don't want to get spotted, and having your visibility not cut as much when you fire is really useful in a tank destroyer. There you go. Your other option, however, for a commander, and I'm going to go over this, and then we're going to switch over to the gameplay, is Freya. Because she does reduce the aim time. She makes it where you can quickly switch between rounds if you need to. She gives you the ability to do more module damage, reload quicker, and kills crew. And in a tank destroyer with heat, there is a chance sometimes that you will flat out crew kill an entire vehicle, as we saw in my Pack 90 review. So, now that we've got all this laid out for you, ready to go, let's go take a look at some actual gameplay. Shall we? I believe we should. I know what you're all thinking. First off, it's heady. So Hetty's driving, not me. Second off, how can Operation Tsunami possibly be a test of metal? Well, what you're about to see is the revamped version of Operation Tsunami. And oh my god, the number of tanks that are going to come at you is pretty obscene.
You ready? Black Company, no objection. There might be crucial intel stored in your shutdown satellite craft. See if you can retrieve any useful intel from them.
So Hetty's driving up here, and he gets caught. Now, this thing doesn't have very good elevation, so that's something you're going to have to work around. As you just saw, the elevation kind of sucks. But great rate of fire. Nice pinpoint accuracy there. And it hits! With the sniper bonus and everything, it hits like a truck. The elusive expeditionary tank. Elusive, isn't it? That is an Abrams. Wait, an Abrams on medium? Yep, an Abrams on medium. Now the nice part is, since you have such a fast reload rate, and if you had Freya in this thing, you can switch that ammunition really quick. Because it's only 4.6 seconds to change ammos. You literally can prioritize what you're shooting at as what you want to have loaded. Also, that makes number 7 total for the kill count for the team with 1 dead Scorpion.
Target hit.
Ooh. It's a chafe. It's a chafe. Now his heat pin indicator was red and he fired anyway. If he aims a little lower, that's actually where the shell went, and there's the green indicator. Just pointing it out, Hetty. Just pointing it out. Oh, hello, VFM. But as you guys can see, if this thing gets into a decent position where it can just overwatch and keep shooting, you could dump your entire ammunition load very, very quickly. As a matter of fact, it's feasible to actually run out of ammo.
Nice job, Black. Target destroyed.
Hetty's halfway through his ammunition count already. And it packs a wallop. Every one of these shells has a damage potential of up to 505. Not counting a critical hit. A feasible crit on this thing might kill itself. That's how potent it is. This thing packs a hell of a punch as you're watching this go. And Hetty needs to learn to drive wheeled vehicles. Tricky thing to remember, guys. Wheeled vehicles drive completely different from tracked vehicles in this game. Make sure you are aware of the differences in how they handle.
Keep your eyes open. They wouldn't give up their contraband that easily. Threat destroyed.
Alright, so it hasn't gone terribly bad. I have 11 kills so far. By the way, one defect with this vehicle. Look at the draw range, look at the vision range on the map. Its draw range is its vision range.
Hostile tank.
Something you need to be aware of as well. When you're driving it, draw is vision. Vision is draw. That means that if you can see if you can see an ERC-90 F4 and you're in an ERC-90 F4, he can see you. Keep that in mind.
Target down. Target locked. Nailed them.
Also, I wish I had your ping, Hetty, because my ping apparently makes it where I can't do shit like that. And it's not much more than yours.
Target locked. Up. Enemy destroyed.
So right now we're up to 23 kills and climbing. There's 2 more tanks over there. That's 25. Told you, they've revamped this one. Look at that. 3 more enemies. I thought 25 was going to be it. Now they're up to 28. Imagine this on hard or insane.
Identify target.
Hostile tank.
Ooh. That's a big hit. Nice. And he shot the crates apparently, so you get to finish.
Target eliminated.
Whew. This has been a little bit of a brawl. A lot of dead folks. 27 to be exact. And Eddie heads to the cap, thinking he can cap this out. Or that somebody will cap it out. And meanwhile, he's going to go search for... Because usually there's some arty that spawn way back there. And sure enough, there's more enemies. That should have hit. That so should have hit. Whee! Jumping around like I don't care.
Identified.
Hostile tank.
Identified.
Threat destroyed.
Load Sabo.
It ain't bad on the move either. That's another decent hit that Hetty's now taking.
Good hit.
Wouldn't have necessarily fired a Sabo to Belgilette Panzer, but okay.
Gotcha.
Ow! That's Hetty's 16th kill. Where are all these tanks coming from? This is kind of a test of endurance.
Identified.
Hostile tank. Target locked on.
Loader Sabo.
Oh.
Identify target.
Hostile tank destroyed.
There we go. That's a kill.
Target locked. Target hit.
Whee! This thing can move like nobody's business. Once it gets up to speed, it can maintain 40 to 60 going over off-roading. But unless you're on a road, I mean, look how long it's taken him to build up towards his top speed. And as soon as he takes a decent turn, he loses 10 kilometers an hour. So once you're off-road, don't expect this thing to get up to its top speed. And any little bump or hill or obstacle is going to slow you down significantly off-road. On-road, like on a highway or something, oh, this thing can move like nobody's business.
Target locked on.
Loader heat. Identified.
Hostile tank destroyed.
Loader heat.
Hear that, Bulldog? 18 kills? Wait a minute. That's 24, 30, 33 enemy tanks so far. And it's still going. Whoa. This has turned into a real bloodbath.
Identified.
Holy crap!
Hostile PC.
That's 32. 33! It's the one you didn't notice that got you. 33 enemy tanks. And the Leopard has pulled off cap foolishly to try to go kill them. Welcome to the revamped tsunami. 33 enemy tanks. 36, actually, enemy tanks so far. On hard or insane, this is truly going to be a hell of a challenge. And the BMD2 here is lucky that frag shell did not do more damage to him. That's 36 tanks so far that they've encountered. This is 37. I'll go ahead and give you a hint. They don't stop spawning till you cap. If you can get a kill zone set up where you can't take any damage and can just go out and hunt things, by the way that's 38, then you could feasibly hunt quite a few, you could feasibly farm this entire mission all day long. But that's 38 enemy vehicles so far. I don't know what this BMD2 is thinking. That's an M60A3. Are you really expecting it to go in? There's 39, by the way. And he's sitting here having a slugging match with a main battle tank. This is not a happy place for him. He should have flanked that guy immediately, but the MBT is going to have none of his shit. And now it's just the Leopard who's engaging that MBT, thankfully getting missed by it, and now moving up to finish the job. Again, you see that engine deck, you plan around right into it. All day long. "39 enemy vehicles encountered, and they were still spawning." Yeah, this mission is not a joke anymore. Not in the slightest thing. That was brutal. That was most brutal. So let's see what Hetty actually did here. He got the blue star, he got destroyer, and he got shooter, which are basically says, I did the most damage, I killed the most tanks, and I got the most rep and credits for this, compared to everyone else on my team. And he's the tier 5. He's technically at a rep and credits at disadvantage because he's top tier for his teammates. Damn, this thing tears people apart. And yes, it can win some vision games, just it has to be very careful about it. And you have to be careful how and who you engage, as Hetty has illustrated for once in his life very eloquently. And yes, Hetty, I just made a snide comment at you because, you know, we're friends like that. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope to see you guys in the next video. If you did enjoy, please hit the like button. If you would like to see more stuff by Fiaura, hit the subscribe button. If you would like to support the channel, you can do so through clicking on the ad at the end of the video, or through the Patreon page, or by clicking on the little cards up in the upper right area of the video and clicking on support your entertainment and doing some YouTube fan funding. Lastly, there is the previous Armored Warfare video for you guys. It's right there. Go ahead, click it. You know you want to. In the meantime, this is Fiaura officially signing out for right now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, guys. Hello. And boom! All day long. You want to poke back out here?
Ammo up!
Target locked.
Well.
Target hit. Identified.
Ow.
Hostile tank.
Surprised that Artie isn't just continuing to fire. It's a clip loader.
Destroyed.
Too bad for